However, this was not true. As the train made its way around the curve at 90 miles, around 110 miles an hour, in car 6905, the train could see ahead at the Fullerton station. The train approached Fullerton at 90. The train put Fullerton full speed, applying the brake as he got there. When he saw the station platform, he applied the brakes even more as the train slowed to about 63 miles an hour. The plane then sped up again to get 60 miles an hour, and then the plane slowed down again as it approached, coming to Fullerton. As the train arrives at the station, the person in 6902 sees the boys and the boys see the train. However, the 4-year-old couldn't see the train as he was blind. He didn't want to see the train. He wanted to see the train pass by. It was 2:35 and the train it was 2:35 and the train departed Orion. The boy switched the older boy switched the tracks. He moved the 4-year-old out of the way, and then out of nowhere, 6902 skidded off the rails. All the cars behind it, including the F-59, flipped over onto their sides. Onto the heads. When the train cars were impaled, only 79 people had major injuries. 47 had minor injuries, but 3 were lucky enough to go home another day. There was one death. One of the people with a major injury was an 85-year-old. She died. She passed away from her injuries. When the FAA and the NTSB investigated the accident, they found little path marks leading to where the boy hid. They followed these path marks and wondered who it was. As they stayed there for the night, as they were searching at night, they followed the trail, found where they were hiding, and they were both arrested. Some say they're still arrested to this day. The 17-year-old got 20 years in jail. And had to pay a $1 million fine for the death of the 85-year-old. The 4-year-old boy who was not harmed and got to live another day, and he was safe, and he was sent back to his mom and dad, who were very scared. And they visited the troublesome 17-year-old boy on August 8th, 2015. He was grounded from then on. Sorry if I dropped the camera. As the train wreck still lays there to this day. Over 6 years later. This gives us a lesson of not to switch the tracks when the train comes. However, more wrecks would still happen.